Hey guys, welcome to video number 3 of the home buying course. So this is where we really start to get into it here. And this is the more exciting part. This is where now you have your agent, you have your pre-approval letter, and now you're ready to start the search. So when you first decide on where you're gonna look, you want to decide on the location. What towns, what things does each town offer? Some towns have higher tax rates, some have lower tax rates. Some towns offer trash pickup where others do not. If they do not offer trash pickup, you have to pay for a trash service. So those are things that you want to keep in mind. Now, I know they don't really sound like a big deal. Believe me, they are. Especially when you buy your first house, you'll realize that you do appreciate lower taxes and trash pickup through the town. But if you don't have it, trash pickup really is not that expensive. So not a huge deal, but I have trash pickup and it's great. All right, so let's get into it. So location is very important. Most people have a general idea of where they want to be. You want to consider how far it is from where you work because you're going to be driving to work every day unless you work from home. So, if you're not comfortable with driving an hour to get to work, then you might want to consider looking at properties that are a little bit closer to where you work. You also want to consider the size. So how big of a house do you need? For your first house, I would say 1,000 square feet is really kind of a good place to start. When you go smaller than that, you might be looking at more of like a temporary property because let's say if your family starts to grow and you only have a 2-bedroom home, you might be looking at moving within the next couple of years. For some people, a house that size works just fine. So if you feel that that works for you, then that is great. But I would say around 1,000 square feet or more is definitely a good starting point. And of course, based on what you're pre-approved for, you'll only be looking at houses that are within similar sizes because a 2,500 square foot home is probably going to be, 500,000. And that all depends on whether or not you were approved for that. So size is important. Condition, are you okay with a property that needs some updating? Are you handy? Do you have someone that can do this work for you? Or would you prefer a house that is just move-in ready? So that's something that you also want to consider, and that will also factor into the price point of that property. If it needs work, it'll be priced less than a property that has been completely renovated, of course. So condition is important, size is important, location, all of these are very important. A few other things to consider is, do you want a certain type of heat? So there's natural gas heat, you've got oil, propane, electric heat. These are all very different. So with electric heat, basically you have one bill. So your electricity bill and your heat bill is combined because your heat is electric. That's something to consider, and that can be more expensive than some of the other types of heat. Natural gas is probably one of the less expensive. And then you have oil and propane, and those are both something that gets delivered to your house. So propane, you'd have a propane tank, either an underground tank or outside. And then for oil, you would have a oil tank in your basement, or you might have one on the outside of your house. And then a company comes out and they deliver it. So the cost of oil goes up and down, same with propane. So it really all depends on the market price for propane and oil, but those can still be on the cheaper side. However, it really just depends. It's kind of like regular gasoline. The cost goes up and down, so it really depends. A few other options that you want to consider is, do you want a single family home or do you want a condo? So the reason why people love condos is because you get a lot of things taken care of for you. So you get snow removal, you get, usually trash removal is included in that. You get exterior maintenance of your house. So most of the time for many condos, your roof and your siding are covered under your HOA. Let's see, sometimes there's a clubhouse, there's a pool, so there are some things that are definitely a big benefit to a lot of people for a condo. But you have your condo fee, so there's always going to be a monthly fee that you'll have to pay. But for a condo, you have HOA dues. So HOA stands for Homeowners Association, and that means that you either have a monthly or a yearly fee that you have to pay. If you're paying it monthly, it means you're probably in a condo. If you're paying it yearly, it probably means that you're in a single family home, but you're in like a type of development where the roads might be private. So the neighborhood has to pay to get the roads plowed or maintained. So like where I am, it's $200 for the year, and that is just for maintaining the landscaping, the plowing, and the road maintenance. So just some things to consider whether you're doing a single family home or a condo. So the last thing is, once you have decided on the area that you want to be in, the size, all of that, I can then set you up on an email alert. So basically, the email gets sent straight to you, and you get to look at all of the details, all of the photos, all of that directly to your email. As soon as a property hits the market, it will get emailed over to you so you don't miss anything. And I can also, I can see what you're looking at as well. And then if you have any questions on anything like that, you can always just message me through my website, or you can call me directly. It's great to get these email alerts because I understand that it's fun to look at Zillow and Realtor.com, but sometimes those aren't 100% accurate. So let's say a property goes pending, it might still say that it's available on Zillow, but basically what they do is they grab the information from the MLS and then they post that information. So it has to update every couple of hours. And so it's better to get the email alerts because those are right away and they are more accurate. So if you want me to set you up on an email alert, I can do that as well. So this is the part where we know what we want, we start house hunting. So once you see some properties that you want to take a look at, we schedule showings for them, or we see if they have any open houses going on, and we take a look at them whenever you are available and look at some houses. If you find something that you love, we will put an offer in, and that is what the next video will be all about, is submitting an offer on a home that you're looking to buy. All right, so that is it, and I will see you in the next one.